Hello, this is my project on wool and the reaction it has to vinegar. Chem 101, no wool in my eyes. My hypothesis and reaction is when steel wool reacts with vinegar, the exothermic oxidation reaction will increase temperature and the steel wool will gain mass due to oxygen incorporation despite minor iron dissolution. Exothermic rusting raises temperature and mass. My material checklist is steel wool, vinegar, thermometer, balance, container, timer, and clock. The procedure is I'm going to prepare and set the initial mass onto the weight, the electrobalance, and then what I'll do is I'll set up the initial temperature with the wool wrapped around the thermometer and record the initial temperature, and then I'll do the data collection. This is a link to the very short video footage that I made for this to show what exactly I did with the procedure, and this is a photograph of me writing down the temperature times from waiting the 2 hour sorry for the yawn. This is my data table. My data shows the temperature slightly fluctuated but remaining close to the initial 25 degrees. Oxidation reactions, which are typically exothermic, they release heat, so a slight initial temperature increase is expected. The temperature decrease, like from 15 minutes to 22, this implies that either the thermometer was registering the temperature of the cooler portion of the solution or the steel wool was reacting slowly and the surrounding environment, the air was absorbing heat from the beaker. I believe that it was mostly reacting to basically the air somehow, and it was not like reacting as fast as I would like it to. The mass change in the wool, it basically increased by 4. Like when we first started the experiment, it was 5.84, and then the final mass, it was like after we dried it sort of thing, it was at 9.84. The mass changes of the steel wool is expected to increase or decrease based on drying and dominant reaction products. The iron reacts to form compounds like iron acetate and eventually hydrated iron oxide, which is rust. The mass may decrease if loose product is shaken off or if the soluble iron compounds dissolved in the vinegar. The mass may increase if a layer of iron oxide rust forms and remains attached as iron bonds with heavier oxygen and water molecules. This is my overall reaction of the rust formation sort of thing for Fe plus 302 plus 6H2O to 4Fe 0H3, which rust, steel wool pad to rust sort of thing. I think this applies to the real world application of the connection to horticulture, such as tool corrosion prevention. Like, understanding this reaction helps gardeners protect metal tools from rust. Like, I see this as any kind of tool whatsoever. Like, don't let liquid products basically destroy your tools. Like, it also like lets on about sustainable practices like vinegar treatment can accelerate controlled rest or artistic purposes as patina. And then there's safety in manufacturing, like scaling this reaction could produce dangerous heat important for industrial corrosion inhibitors. My conclusion is my hypothesis was confirmed, like temperature increase, exothermic, and mass increase, oxygen incorporation. It demonstrates conservation of mass in open systems. It shows practical application to horticulture and tool maintenance and potential improvements like longer drying time, controlled oxygen supply, and mass spectrometry for oxygen uptake quantification. And this is my sources. I use Perplexity AI and Grammarly to improve writing on this assignment. I use Citation Machine for my citations.